Hello, my name is Max. Sitting with me right now is my partner, Catherine.
Hi.
We are two 40-somethings, Gen Xers, I guess, what we both qualify as.
I guess so, if
Yeah.
you want to label us. Yeah.
And we have decided we're going to start a podcast in lieu of couples therapy. That is a bad idea, probably on two fronts. It is probably an affront to both therapy and podcasting, but we're doing it anyway. And in this first little recording, we are going to be working out exactly the wherefores of doing this, as well as giving you a taste of what is to come and a chance to back out now and never listen to us again. Let's start with some basics here. Question for you, Catherine. So we're partners.
Mm-hmm.
You at least voiced something in opposition to the Gen X label.
Mm-hmm.
But the partners label you've indicated in the past is something that's important to you.
Yeah.
What is that label? What is that definition in our case?
The definition of partner in our case?
Yeah, let's introduce the audience to that concept first in terms of who we are.
And this is actually how we started therapy, is because we wanted this answered, essentially, and to make sure that this was okay.
Right. It is worth noting, audience. Well, who is our audience?
Is there anybody out there?
Is this screaming into the void?
Yes. Yeah, screaming into the void. I like that.
That's a potential title, by the way, as right now we are an untitled silly little project, but we'll put Screaming into the Void on the list.
So you heard it first.
Yes. Yeah. Exclusive, a title that we will not be using. But yeah, who's our audience? I mean, is your family going to listen to this?
I doubt I would listen to this.
My family probably won't listen to this. My mom will say she will. And she'll mean it.
Yeah.
She'll mean it. But
she'll encourage it.
And I'm not afraid to call her out on this because, as I just said, she'll never hear it. So our listener is probably going to be my sister, Mary. Mary is the oldest of my two sisters and the only person who I think will actually listen to this, other than your therapist.
Hi, Elliot. Yeah, they think it's a good idea.
So hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
We'll reference you directly as often as possible.
Say hi to the kids.
Yeah. The little ducklings.
So then, but other people started saying things like this. Like
this ties into
the girl at the restaurant.
Yeah. Apparently, we have gotten positive feedback on our arguing. From strangers, therapists,
family.
Arguably family. I'm not as convinced as you are that Alex commenting on our bickering is a positive thing. I'm not convinced it's negative either.
No. Okay, so your brother Alec basically has said in the past that he wondered if we realized how much of an old married couple we sound like.
And our answer was yes.
Yeah, Max and I were like, yeah, absolutely. Duh. But what I think Alex's frustration or question with that is that, well, why aren't you a couple then?
I think in the past it may have been. I think at the time he said it most recently.
I don't know if he still gets it, though, completely.
Yeah, I think he does. I mean, we can say that he does. He won't contradict us. He's not going to listen to this. Mary, don't tell him we said that. Let him figure it out for himself.
But yeah, so we have gotten feedback from people
more than once
who have just kind of encouraged the idea of this becoming a real thing rather than just a joke.
Yes, because we do not have the decorum not to argue in front of strangers at a restaurant. We get a positive audience response, which only encourages me at least.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I'm very much he did something stupid. Don't laugh. He'll just do it again. Mm-hmm. I'm very much that kid.
Yeah, very much so.
I'd ask my mother to back us up, but she's not listening to this.
No, although she is the stem of that.
Yes.
Well, Mom laughed, and so I'm going to do it again and make it even better.
Yeah, for the longest time, nothing made me happier in life than making my mother laugh.
Yeah.
It was the greatest joy I think I've ever experienced when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
A little later on, as I got older, making my siblings laugh was sort of a by extension, also rather nice. We'll play a lot of those Jackbox games.
Yeah.
Quiplash and all those. But the point is, if I can get a giggle out of one of my siblings, I don't care what happens.
Or even one of your nephews. Yeah.
Exactly. If I can get a giggle, then that's like, I don't care what happens. I'm satisfied.
You have said multiple times that doing something to make me laugh is like the best thing on earth, right?
I think it's since I've known you, it's been a thing too, but I don't think it was up until recently that I appreciated what getting a laugh out of you did for me. But I think it was just me being a little more self-aware
okay.
of what was affecting me and how.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on. Our relationship now with more bits.
Yeah.
Our therapy now with more bits. Well, what's the story on that? What does that mean by more bits? Are we talking about like bacon bits or donut sprinkles?
Bacon donut sprinkles.
Yeah. We're going to pause right now, and I'm going to fry up some bacon to sprinkle over donuts, and we'll be right back.
So our first couples therapy session, Max is a jackass and has constantly got to make a joke out of everything. I had to put a sign up on the wall behind the computer that said no bits for Max, because that basically meant for him to keep on topic and be real and not make a joke out of everything.
Right, not make a comedy bit.
Right, not make a comedy bit out of our therapy session. And so then that just became more of a bit.
Yeah, that in itself became a comedy bit. Yeah. And, not to mention the question about, are you getting the real me if I'm not doing a bit?
Right, which I think Emily agreed with.
Yes.
And she
Emily
also
is our previous couples therapist, by the way, Mary.
She thought we were genuinely funny and saw why we should continue doing what we do.
Yeah, she saw value in that, which is, that right there should call her credentials into question. She thought I was funny. What's wrong with her?
I'm sorry, Teddy.
What happened? What happened?
I'm killing Teddy.
What? Are you gonna kill Teddy? All right. Car's gassed up. That's good. Guess I could homeschool the kids.
No, Lynn, the burgers are killing him.
What?
The ones I give him every day.
Oh, gotcha.
Good God, Linda. You had all that ready?
What? I'm just being supportive. Good night.
Catherine? Partners? Your definition in our case. Go.
Yeah. So to back up just a little bit, that we were in the past a couple, and we found out that we suck at being a couple.
It turns out, against all odds, my ex-wife was right, and I am a terrible person in a couple.
I wouldn't say terrible, but you're not great at it.
I'm not great at it.
I fucking know.
You know that I'm not great at it.
Fair.
And I know that you're not.
Yeah. However, he is very much my family.
That's the same for you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And apparently Mary agrees. Because she called me, or she said that I was like a sister. Anyway, we are a team, that we are very much involved in each other's lives, well-being, comfort, and discomfort.
Yes.
And we don't see that really being any different. But this did stem from, we had the curiosity of, well, are we doing this for the right reasons? And is this the right thing
the relationship
to be doing? Yeah.
Okay.
And so we seeked out a couples therapist. Sought out. Thank you.
You'll be getting a lot of that where Catherine uses a word wrong, and I tell her so.
And I am okay with that. I would rather someone correct me than just think in their own mind that I was a dumbass. Regardless, the point is, we get to deal with each other's shit.
To a point.
Yeah. But we also call each other out on our shit.
Yes.
Most of the time. Okay, so partnership. But because of that, we're also very both creative people, and we have found that we want to work together. Yes. However, we're very bad at it. Sometimes we literally have to stop ourselves from saying something out loud.
Yes, because we know the other one will latch on to it and take it much farther than it needs to go. Yes. Projects, artistic in nature usually, creativity type stuff, have become these sort of living symbols of our inability to be a couple in the more traditional sense. Mm-hmm. Only at the end of it, there's arts and crafts. Mm-hmm. And
something does come out of it.
Yes.
But a lot of bickering is along the way.
Yes.
Anywho, so our couples therapist changed. We no longer see one professionally, but the joke came out of that Max has his pipe tobacco, some booze in the fridge,
and a project,
then, why does he need therapy?
Right. That more specifically comes from when my insurance changed and I was no longer able to see my personal therapist.
Yeah.
And to do so, it was going to be a little bit of an expense, which would only cause more stress and anxiety, which is what I was trying to solve.
I think is a little bit of a cop-out, but I also get it.
It is a lot of a cop-out.
Okay.
It is a very big cop-out. It is also accurate.
Yeah.
It is a truth that is also copping me out.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, I knew that I needed to do something.